All right, y'all look up at the photo real quick. What do you see to the left? Oh, everybody pay attention. Look up here to the left, you got our office compared to all the Better Homes and Gardens offices in Atlanta. Isn't that great? I'd say we're crushing them. By the way, they have about 2,000 agents, so I think it takes about 10 of their offices to production this one. Their average agent is 3 years. So we're going to be putting this up on the bullpen wall. We're also going to be condensing it down and sharing you with a link that you can print up if you want to. I highly encourage you guys to take these charts that we'll be sending out, and you might want to keep them in your back pocket when you're on a listing appointment and you're up against an agent from one of the companies that we're pulling it together on, because it will make a big impression upon the listings and stuff. So that's what it's about. But it's also to let you guys know how great you guys are doing, because you're killing the people that we compete with. So to start off with, in just a minute. In just a minute. What's today's date? What's the big thing today? Cash giveaways, all that fun stuff, right? So we got our vendors here to talk about that. They're going to be giving things away. Before we get going, we have an opportunity, and as soon as Hyro gets my computer up on the screen, I'm going to go to it. You were very confident in that click, and it wasn't the right one. It's time. It's the monthly money board. So we are going to go to page 2. So opportunity, when it knocks, make sure you have the doorknob in your hand to open the door. We've got an opportunity for some that you can leverage what Peter Vexelman does. We've worked with Peter for about a year. He's an investor that works in the overall Atlanta market. And Peter has bought many homes over the years. And so there's a unique opportunity that you guys, regardless of if you're in their organization or not, you might find an opportunity to work with this. So Peter, why don't you come on up and talk about your opportunity for our agents. But you first, so go ahead. You can talk as you walk too. So remember I said.
You're trying to get me off. I appreciate that. Let me just, and I know Terry's giving me limited time, but just let me say 2 quick things. I was driving over here and thinking about this. Number one, I got a unique vantage point in this business. I'm kind of a little bit of an outsider looking in, and I can tell you I've been around, I've seen all the brokerages, I've seen everything. For those of you that are here and you're maybe wondering about where you are in terms of an operation, I can tell you what these guys have, an absolutely first-class operation. You know, with what Terry's done, with Rob and Robert and Debbie, I mean, absolutely first class. I've seen them all. I get around most of the brokerageships out there. They develop really what I consider being in a phenomenal environment here for you guys to be successful. You know, the support, training, people, tools, resources, everything they have in hand. If you're at all doubting whether or not you're in the right place, I can tell you unequivocally, this is the place if you want to be successful. Other thing I just want to take a second and say, and this is really for those of you, because, you know, I was there, I started here about a year ago, and I hit what I felt like a wall working with these guys for a while. And I know some of you feeling the same way. You know, you're doing what you think you're supposed to be doing. You're paying a price, you're putting the time, you're just not where you want to be. I can tell you where my turning point was here, and I think for any of those of you that are in that position, you may benefit from that. My big turning point happened when I decided to go with what I consider, and I guess it's not just me, but the top agent here, okay? When we brought Kimberly on board about 4 or 5 months ago, single-handedly since then, she's got 100 of our listings on board. We got closings pretty much every week. I know we have them every week, and everything is absolutely churned for us. So here's my point. If you are kind of hitting your head against the wall right now, if you are frustrated, if you're not kind of where you want to be, my only encouragement to those of you guys, because you are in the right operation, you know, it seems like the top agents here are working a team environment. Okay, it just seems like that's where it's at. What I would encourage you guys to do in this room, there's, I'm sure, a number of agents. They're very top of the line teams. My encouragement to you is you connect with those teams. Simple as that. Do whatever they ask you to do. It's not what they ask you to do, tell what you perform it. And if you perform it, whatever it is, whether it's putting signs up, cleaning the toilets, or maybe getting a couple listings here and there, if you absolutely excel in their environment, they will notice you. You'll get propelled in that infrastructure. And I think in the end, that's the quickest way to grow in this kind of environment. So, having said that, now let me tell you what I'm here to do. I think there's a benefit for every one of y'all to know me, okay? My main gig is I'm an investor. I'm a large investor. There's weeks where I buy 10 properties in a single week. My biggest issue is I'm always looking for more inventory. That's my biggest thing. We need inventory as a company. Let me give you 2 instances that happened right in this office with 2 agents right here in the last couple of weeks. And this is the scenario that I want you guys to be aware of that I'm looking for. One agent happened with my wife. She went out there, she got a listing appointment, she got the listing, she always does. I think the listing was for $160,000. She got back the very next day, the seller calls her and says, you know what, there's something I didn't tell you, I'm in the middle of a divorce, I gotta get out. I know we can get $160 for it, but I gotta make a move. What can you do to help me out? So I bought that property. I guess I'm closing on that property tomorrow for $104,000. Another scenario happened the very same week. And again, I'm just telling you what just happened the last couple of weeks. The second scenario happened just right that same week, and it's a property actually I closed on last week. Same scenario. Agent goes out there, gets a listing, 160, 150. Before they even get home, seller calls, says, we got a situation we can tell you about, we're in foreclosure. We know we can get 160 or whatever. We don't have the time to wait. I get the call. I closed on that property last week for I think about $111,000. That is the scenario I want you guys to be aware of. It's not something you have to go purposely out there and look for. This is not something I want you to, change everything you're doing. But I want you to be aware that I have the ability to go in the right circumstances and make decisions pretty quickly and get people out of the wrong circumstances. Okay? It's not going to happen all the time. It's not something you're necessarily looking out for. But when those scenarios happen, I would like for you guys to call me. It's an easy sale for you. We're not going to go in there. We're not going to beat them up. We're not going to make them fix things. We're not going to do any of that. It's a clean cash deal. We get them to the right price. Fairly quick closing. You're making your commission. Sometimes there might be even an opportunity for you to make commission on the back end because most of my stuff I resell. Okay? Any questions on that?
Yes, let's clarify. So I bring you a deal.
Right.
It's a desperate scenario.
Right.
Do I get paid on that deal that you
Yes.
buy?
You make your commission on that deal that I buy. Correct. And then potentially there's an opportunity to sell it. I'm not going to guarantee that's going to happen all the time, but if they're in certain circumstances, there's even ability to make a double commission on the front end and on the back end, potentially on the back end, but always in the front end.
Do you have a price range, max?
No,
Maximum price range?
no. Well, yeah, maximum. I'm not an investor that's going to spend $10 million in a home, but my sweet spot tends to be in the low ones. I can take very comfortably down anything $500,000 or below. Any other questions as it relates to that? The best way to communicate with me is just through my number. I'm going to leave you a stack of cards right here. So if you have a scenario like that, please be aware that I exist. Easy to deal with, easy to get along with.
That's debatable.
You can make the move. Here's the other thing. 30 seconds. Here's the other thing. Terry told me not to talk about this too much, but I'm going to let it out. The other thing we're doing here is we're developing a team. Top of the line team. It's part of Kimberly's operation. What we're doing, I got an office a couple miles down the road. We're taking hundreds and hundreds of seller calls on a daily basis where sellers are calling us looking to sell their properties to us. Within the next 2 to 3 weeks, what we're going to start doing is my people are going to start qualifying these people, make sure they want to sell now, and they're gonna be handing these leads. No, not even leads, they're gonna set appointments for the agents, and all you gotta do is go out there and close it. It's an absolutely phenomenal opportunity. It's a laydown. It's a qualified person. It's no longer a lead. They talk to my people. They got qualified. They want to sell. They want to make a move. And we're doing this with Kimberly under her logo, under her umbrella, under her team. So you would have to make some, I guess, mechanical adjustments. But if you're interested in that, best thing to do is just talk to Terry and he'll kind of walk you through the steps. It's an application-only process. We do require it if we set appointments for you, you run them, we'll set 2 to 5 a day for you, easily, no problem. So if that opportunity you think is something you want to apply for, talk to Terry, and we're going to bring on probably about 3 to 4 new agents to do that way. All right, that's it.
Thank you, Peter. All right, let's back up one. Home Warranty of America, where are you? Come on up.
HWA.
By the way, if y'all didn't have breakfast, what'd you bring for us this morning?
Well, it was healthy and unhealthy. How many of you had breakfast? Was it good?
Yes.
Woo! Yeah, some healthy.
We're only healthy. So.
Well, so I've met some of you I have not met. I have taken over as the new account manager, Carla Miller. Everyone knows Carla. I will try to step into those big shoes. I asked her to bring me, what size again? They're big shoes. And I will try to step into them as best I can. I have spoke with a lot of you. I know that we don't need to go through what is home warranty, Home Warranty 101. Most of you know what home warranty is. Just know that I'm here to support you as best I can. I will answer my phone. I will return your call. And I'm here to support your business. So the big differentiators with HWA is really seller's coverage, resellers coverage. You know, how many of you work more on the listing side? So put free seller's coverage on your homes. Transfer it over to the buyer. If you've got an issue with one of the, let's say a refrigerator goes out during the listing period and it's covered, then that history gets transferred over to the buyer and the likelihood of getting denied for pre-existing goes away. So $70 services fee or services fee state. You can take that $70 and discount the warranty. You can fill out the RESPA required documentation and get that $70 back. We are 13-month home warranty company. So every deal that you write, you've got 13 months and not 12. So please do the comparison. HWA does provide great coverage at a great value. So if you didn't put your card in here, we're doing a quick drawing. Quick drawing, anyone? Oh, yeah. Thank you. Thank you. I tried to click up. Everyone good?
Oh, here, I'll put a third one.
Thank you. And I am going to, I'm going to follow up with each of you and just send you out a warranty electronically. So you have it. Okay.
Ready to draw?
You get to draw.
Who wants to give me a portion of whatever they win?
It's just a small little basket I
You
put
gotta fill out
together
the rest.
myself.
Oh, never mind. Beth!
That. Yay! Animals are wines. Animals? Oh, no,
No, shit, hold on. Hold on, animals or wine?
Okay.
Wine.
Wine's always good.
Please.
Don't give it to your animals.
Yes. All right. And then just one more?
Most of you might have been like me going, what the hell is she thinking animals? Kimberly Yates. She shows up for one sales meeting out of the year. Isn't that great? You're out there, Kimberly.
Thank you. No, that's it. That's it. Yes.
Thank you very much. Give a round of applause for the breakfast. All right, I'm passing around something in regard to Richard Smith. Who can tell me who Richard Smith is? outside of you two? Who can tell me who Richard Smith is? Who can tell me?
Mr. and Mrs. Smith's son.
Well, hold on. Who can tell me who he's chairman of? Because they have Who's our big parent company? It's called Realogy, right? What are the companies that Realogy owns? Not just Century 21, but Caldwell Banker, CLA, Better Homes and Gardens, Sotheby's International. Okay? The largest brokerage operation in the planet. Richard Smith. Hey, y'all pay attention. Richard Smith, who can tell me the anomaly of what he presents? Very cool story. He was actually a cop at the Georgia State Patrol before he got into real estate. And what I didn't know was when I read this article, he's only been in the residential real estate world for 20 years. And he is the head guy of the world's largest brokerage business. It's crazy. In just 20 years. And by the way, he started off as an agent and then worked his way up to a phenomenal story. But I wanted to pass this around so one, you guys would know what it is that Realogy is looking out for. LaDonna, you got anything you want to say before you depart?
Just thank you guys so much. I got a nice little giveaway up there. I have to be at a luncheon at 11 in Woodstock. So
Over in
unfortunately
Woodstock.
I can't stay.
Thank you for participating in the
Thank
monthly
you.
money board. You have a
Always.
fantastic day.
You too. Thank you guys. Call me. See ya.
And by the way, this, you guys need to read this because one, it tells you about the future, what he sees in real estate, but also what Realogy is doing to take advantage of the market where we are and what they're going to be doing to grow. And it's interesting, but you need to be more aware of what is going on. I have another little report here on photography and what it can mean in your business. I'm going to wait till the end to pass this out. But we're going to get into giving some things away. Monica, where's Monica? Why don't you tell us some of the great things that we've got in store for the agents today?
Well, we have, obviously cash giveaways, we've got some gift cards, still trying to give away that chocolate.
No. We're going to give away the chocolate. Last basket of chocolates.
Last basket of chocolate. Denise Quinlan, I think at one point she mentioned she was a Pampered Chef representative, so she was kind enough to donate some items for giveaway as well. And we also have a couple of months of free dues courtesy of Mr. Swanson. So
Car washes, all that good stuff. So it is a good monthly money board.
Are we done with the foot massages?
I did not get any foot massages today, but Joe has offered, put 16 up there. Joe has offered a foot massage.
I have the right to refuse service.
Everybody say thank you, Joe. Thank you, Joe. I'm going to take that. Today. All right, so it was a great month, and what are we celebrating today? It is the top 6 people for listings taken, contracts written, and closings. It's by transaction count, not dollar volume. If there is a tie in any position, then we go to dollar volume to figure out who the winner is for that spot, okay? We also are going to celebrate and have monthly money board for first timers within organizations. Some of them are first time for their career. Some of them are first time that they've come since they've come over here from the other company that they're with. So, before we get into those things, I'm going to pass over to Jeff. I'll come back later on. First closings. If you are in the room, please jump up and say, I'm here, I'm here.
Yeah, I'm here, I'm here.
Man!
Oh.
Oh, no. Yazoo!
Yay!
I want you to look up on the monthly money board here, and I want you to pick out number 1 through 15. We're going to make it so much easier than it was last month. I don't have to wave my hands. All I got to do is say, pick a number. They are random. There's no order. Monica, my Vanna over there, she is the one that randomly selected the thing. So, Yazoo, congratulations. Let's give her a big round of applause. How exciting is that? And You want Joe's foot massage, don't you?
Yes.
Okay. You want Joe to do it. Number 7, lucky 7. What is, I thought you had them all right now, you could just tell us what it is.
Oh, okay.
You don't have to open it up.
Well, I wasn't sure.
And number 7 is, we're not sure, we're going for time efficiencies.
Oh, okay.
Number 7 is, by the way, we should have about 4 for the audience. If you weren't in any of these, we got about 4 remaining, depending on who else here and who's not, that we will randomly be able to pick your card. So make sure you pass all your cards up over here to right in front of Phil.
Pampered Chef measuring set?
Go buy a bunch of ingredients, measure it out. That money, I'll take commission, chef it on. Miss Mandy Booth, let's give her a round of applause. Take that applause away. That was Caroline. That was a mistake. I apologize about that. But that's great. That means we have one more random thing for everybody else to say. Thank you, Mandy, for not cheating us. Thank you. All right.
You're gonna win.
Those are the first closings for last month. Now, top 6 closings for October. Number 6. Team Stout. All right. Number 5, Decker Petard. Good job, Jonathan. You're keeping your mother straight, and we appreciate that. That's a hard job. Jennifer Hodge, number 4. Danny Drew at number 3. Are you excited? That's awesome. Good job.
Except for Nancy.
And well, let's go ahead and go on to the next one. Number 1, Yates Estate. Now, Kimberly, you get to play the monthly money board. This is the monthly money board. You get to pick 1 through 15, and a gateway number 7.
Pick now.
Yes.
Number 6.
Number 6. What is number 6?
Number 6 is a car wash.
You also need to listen because there were never cars.
Oh, yeah.
All right, now what do we do? First listings. Chris Perry, he's been coming to the meetings and he's not here. He would have been at the monthly money board, which means there's another one for the group. Isn't that great? Chris Perry and Mike Warden. I'm here. Where'd you come from? Caldwell Banker Roswell. We're so glad you're here. And I know you are too, because now you get to pick from the monthly money board.
Number 4.
Number 4.
Car wash.
Yeah, you did it. I saw your car.
That's a hand wash right here.
I'm gonna hand wash while Joe gives you a foot. All right, so next up, we got top listings taken. By the way, what do you think the number was that took first place?
Yates, how
21.
50.
21.
It was a lot. Okay, so number 6, Team Stout. Number 5, Ujibaki. I'm gonna give Steve props right now. He's prospecting. He's investing in coaching. The guy has come a long, long way. He is prospecting. He's getting really comfortable. I was listening to him the other night. He was like, he's on it. His language has changed. It is really fun to watch him now. And he just made the decision, I'm going to get serious about this business. And he spent a year in here not being serious about the business. So to turn it on and make a change like that, to get up on the leaderboard here, that's awesome stuff. Number 4, Roy Watkins. Now Lori spent a year here being serious, and now she's still serious. Number 3, Sarah Stovall. Is Sarah in there? Fortunately, you don't look like Sarah. I mean, fortunately for her.
That's exactly right.
Okay, now, I think Sarah's out in NAR, is that correct?
No, she's on a home inspection today, but she's leaving tomorrow.
She is. Number 2, Danny Drew, and he's coming a long way, chugging up there. And number 1, Yates Estate. I think 16 was the number of listings. You get to choose again.
10.
Or what?
Baker Salisbury.
What?
That's
Bass Pro Shop.
Time to go fishing. You'll be happy.
good stuff. We look forward to seeing your camo dress. All right. What's next? Do we have anything left? Yes, we do. Contracts written for the month. Let's celebrate number 6, Elizabeth Leah. Number 5, Mysterious Lori Watkins. Number 4. Number 3, Danny Druid. Number 2. Let's see. You're going to finish on the other two. It's actually be on the contract written on 2. Isn't it?
I'll take that.
And number 1. Yates Estate. Now, Kimberly, here's the fun thing. Most people hope that you're never here because what that means is if number 1 it goes to number 2 to pick, but you're here, so pick the third go around.
I usually give them a try. Number 1.
A car wash.
It's amazing. There's only 14 car washes up there. All right. We've got a lot more stuff to give away. So I've got a picture report that I'm going to pass around. How many things do we have up here? Look at this. Your percentage of being able to pick some from the money board is pretty good. If you pass your card up here. Who hasn't passed their card up? Kimberly, you are not allowed to put your card. I'm going to have
Yeah, one more.
something more coming. Vanica. Well, no, hold on. Y'all got to leave? What would you like to say to the group right here, right now?
First of all, thank you so much for your continued support of Trademark Home Inspections. Don't forget that we put together exclusively for Century 21 the pre-inspection for your listings so that you're able to determine first and foremost if there's an Atlas Chalet roof and get that ball rolling. But also we also take a look at the other major components of the home, like the foundation, the HVAC, things like that could potentially be a big deal killer, so that you know what you're going into, your clients know what they're going into, can get that remedied quickly. We appreciate your support so much. We're also going to helping to sponsor with deep fried turkeys and Bloody Marys coming up in November.
Wow.
We don't care about the turkey. Please blame it.
That's right. And actually, everybody here knows Brian. I know.
If they make those Jello shots,
We'll put Jello shots on the menu. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Thank you.
who of you like this? I love this. You need to be using it. If you're going, what is this? I want you to get one of these. This is for the Atlas Chalet problem. This is forward thinking. It's being proactive. It's taking control of your business. And if you walk in the door and the home was listed, actually, if the home was ever listed or re-roofed, anytime from 1999 to 2010, you need to inspect that roof to find out is it Atlas Chalet. For $200, they will check out the major components of the home, HVAC, dishwasher, those things. But most importantly, it's about the shingles. We're seeing more and more deals coming up with shingle-related issues after inspection, and it's blindsiding people. And then you got a big issue. What do I do during due diligence? Is the insurance company going to take care of it? Every insurance company is different. Every roofing company is different. And if you call an insurance company and say, oh, we've got Atlas Chalet shingles, we need you to change it, what are they going to say? No. If there's a defect with it, it doesn't mean that there's an issue with it right now. It could be that it's tight, right? There's no water getting in, that insurance company's not gonna do anything. However, if there are issues, some insurance companies will take care of it, but there's a whole lot of different things that go along with it. Cal is very educated on Atlas Chalet shingles, so they can help give your people guidance and stuff if that becomes an issue. But don't let it become an issue. When a contract's written, be ahead of it, know it before you put it on the market. We did have one that just fell through, I think, Kimberly, you had it, right? What happened in that?
6 times. No, just Atlas Chalet shingles, and insurance company told us they weren't gonna replace it. There was no leaks or problems that we could see, but they said they weren't going to replace, so we're gonna look, interviewing companies to replace. Because they're not the original owner, she can't go through Nally, so she's not the original owner of the property.
So the owner's coming out of their own pocket to change the shingles, understanding and knowing, are you gonna be able to sell that home with the Atlas Chalet shingles out there right now? It's gonna have to be addressed before the people, it's either gonna have to be steeply discounted on the price, or you take care of it and go market it as a good shingle today. Okay, does that make sense? But leverage this right here. We've got printouts of these, trademark Rockies over. It's co-branded with us, so it'll make you look really good and make that a part of your listing presentation and take control. And make people invest in the home so that you know, are there gonna be any issues down the road? Okay, Vanica. That's what I call you today, Vanica. So, we've got some things to give away. If your name is called out, you'll have 3 seconds to call out a number. If you don't call it out, then you forfeit and goes to the next person. Who's first? Well, he always wins something. Jim Bullis.
Chocolate basket.
Nothing but the goodness here. I'm so glad to get that out of my office now. It's unbelievable. The light on the and the second lucky person here is
She wants to trade with you, trade property.
Miss Service. Hey.
1 month of free dues.
Not so sure about that one. Okay. Number 3.
Natalia.
Natalia. 15.
Allstate.
You won Allstate.
$50 wrap.
Kimberly will sell you 2 car washes. Number 4.
Mike Warden.
Yay.
Car wash.
Don't you want the car wash last time? No. Oh, good. You want a trade?
You want a car wash for car wash?
Number 5. Well, that's a pretty good percentage odds if you really think about it, that you're partly called.
Kimberly.
Miss Melville.
Let me do 9. Car wash. I need one. I'll bravely take it.
Number 6.
Wash it before it rains.
Let's go back, got rapid fire.
Wait for the sun to come out for a few days.
Lane. 13.
American Home Shield.
Nice.
Chocolate. Nothing. Hershey.
Oh, the little, no, this better be international frying pans that you can make individual cookies with.
Those are gonna be some.
When you're going back, you're opening the houses for breakfast because that is the perfect size for a big What are those things called? Egg and muffin?
That's
That's great. That'd be good for Thanksgiving with the kids.
No, that's an unleashing.
Number 7.
Let's go.
Let's go, Martin Santa.
No, seriously. Garrett, take those cages.
Yes.
I told you you couldn't put your car in. So she's got to put one of her car washes back up on there.
14.
One month of free dues.
Oh, you don't want that? Great. Give her a call wash. Do you want it or not?
No, I'll take it.
Okay.
I think I'm fine, so. Yeah.
What's next?
Jim.
Jim.
Yeah, just take it.
Good luck on that. All right. Number 9, or wherever we are. Come on, man.
That's for tummy, you gotta rub my tummy for that.
Just trying to keep track.
Randy Waters.
All right.
5.
Car wash.
You get the Pampered Chef pizza pan.
Nice.
Is it the stone?
You take your house.
Yeah. Lisa Sanjawatko.
No, pick a different.
Trademark.
That one.
Trademark. Where are you?
Yeah, sorry.
You got it.
$50 gift card to Racetrack.
That's
All right.
My son stole the last one, so no one tell him. How many?
And for the final monthly money giveaway, who is the lucky participant?
Mark Dijon. You win $50 from Fidelity.
What?
$50 from Fidelity.
You can hold it.
I'm sorry, there's only 20 in here.
I appreciate it.
That's good hard cash. All right, so before we get into this, who did we pass over? Lewis, we passed over Lewis. Hey, by the way, next month, everybody needs to go, whether you remember the 400 North Fork or wherever. Lewis is gonna be indoctrinated as El Presidente. For 400 North Fork. Say El Presidente so you'd understand what I'm talking about.
When does that happen, Terry? Is that at that luncheon?
December 4th. Do I get to do a little presentation? I'm gonna put a skull cap on. Robert and I are gonna be there with a skull cap on, be a Lewis supporter, all the way. Now, I'm gonna pass these around. Jeff, come on up, razzle and dazzle us, because I know you've got some information. I know a lot for these people.
So we were sitting here, rates went up. No, but Mark, all I know is I did cheer for the Eagles this weekend.
You better have.
You just got $50 for me. Store it back here. Come on. Anyways, I got a little, yeah, you guys were invited for lunch. Did you guys, did everybody get the email? Everybody but Mark, you come for lunch on the 20th. He's paying for lunch anyways. Wanted to talk to you guys a little about stuff that really does matter. Mortgages do matter a little bit in here, right? Some people need money to get a loan. Anyways, that ugly word trip, yeah, a little bit. That ugly word trip keeps coming up. I gave you guys a little handout here with some bullet points, stuff that are pretty important. Now that the TRID loans are starting to come on board and they're starting to close, we're starting to see contracts where they go through an inspection, we don't get the amendment, it's gonna cause problems on your closings, nobody wants to move the dates out, so just be aware of it. After inspection, give the lender, whoever you're working with, a copy of that amendment, so that's gonna be very important. Wanted to highlight some of the advantages of using a local lender. That's Blake Shelton, you say? Okay. That's official now. You know, I worked for a big bank last time around, Citibank, and some of the things, you know, having control are very, very important. We had our underwriting department in Ann Arbor, Michigan. The closing department was in Las Vegas on a different time zone, processing was in a different state. So I think it's important under TRID with these timelines that we're trying to meet that, you know, sometimes, you know, it's hard to get the buyer to go with someone that you want to refer. I get it. They want to go with AmeriSave Online. They want to go with Quicken Loans. But nowadays, it's more and more important. Your commissions, a $15,000 check can ride on the lender. So I just think efficiency-wise, control-wise, you may want to sell them a little bit more on why the advantages of using an in-house lender, a local lender, doesn't have to be us, but somebody local that has control over the file, because underwriting can be in-house, like it is with us, processing's in-house, the closing department, it's all under one roof. It makes it a lot easier to walk down, say, hey, Jerry, can you look at my loan here? They can't get away from me, so. Anyway, at least they try to get away from me, but anyway, so I just wanted to highlight some of the important issues there that we're seeing with TRID. As rates start rising, did anyone hear how the unemployment numbers came out on Friday?
They were good.
The rates are going up.
Yeah, that's right. Rates are going up, so
They're still awesome.
they're still good. They're still good, but we saw about an 1/8 to 1/4% hike just in one day. You know, Monday, they got a little bit worse. I haven't seen the rate sheet, but it's probably higher since we're sitting here. So when I go back, it'll be another 8 higher. But as they start rising, people that know they're not gonna live in the house more than 5, 7, 10 years, ARMs are gonna be important. They can help you with the debt to income ratio. So I've never been scared to do an ARM. My first 3 homes I bought, I did a 5-year ARM on it. And I don't think I lived in any of them longer than 4 years. So, I mean, you just gotta talk to the clients about, you know, ask those leading questions. How long do you plan on being in the home? I try to do that, and save money. I mean, if you're gonna throw away $100 a month over 7 years and your job's gonna move you, why not look at an ARM? So ARMs are gonna be more important down the road. Wanted to highlight one of the products that we do that people just don't even think about, which is the portfolio loan. There's power in using it. It's not gonna fix every bleeding arm, but we do have a program where if it doesn't quite fit Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac's guidelines, we can look at it. If the debt ratio is the only thing that's out of line, we'll take a look at it. We have a local, the vice president of mortgage, and there's a couple other people that sit down at a table. They look at the loan and they say, yeah, we can do the loan, or no, we can't. So it's that simple. I had one go through that wasn't gonna fit the box. They said, yeah, we can do this loan. We're gonna lend our own money on it. We're not gonna sell it off on the secondary market. So there is power in the portfolio. So if you have something that doesn't quite fit the box, let us know. We'll take a look at it. Published rates that I sent you guys, I just wanted to highlight that, you know, those are just general rates. They're based on a certain scenario, like a 730 score, 5% down. There are situations where we can beat what's on that rate sheet. And there's situations where they may not have a good credit score. So I just wanted to let you know, when you see that rate sheet, it's not the end all be all. We still have to price it out based on loan to value, certain characteristics. So be aware of that. And then just some fun stuff at the end of this. Sales stuff. That's what we're here for, right? I think it's important this time of year, as the business slows down a little bit, to take time and go back, look through all the clients you closed, give thanks to them, send them something out. Since we do have a little bit more time, one thing that I do, probably different, I'm gonna have Terry talk about what they do, what you guys do, but we do something called top of mind, where it stays in front of the client. We stay in front of them. They get so many postcards a year on their birthday, certain holidays. They get a drip campaign of emails, so you're constantly in front of the client. We're also busy where there's enough paperwork for us to do. That's a full-time job. You know, as you close enough clients, you build up your database, you want to stay in front of them. Well, the one I do stays in front of them for 4 years. What's the one that you guys do here? I believe it's called the Preferred Client Club.
Right here. If you didn't get this packet, I highly encourage you to do, because we'll participate. Our percentage in your transaction, $25 covers you for 2 years. You don't have to think about it. All you gotta do is sign up for it, put your clients in, and autopilot for 2 years. It has up to 5 years on the plans. I highly encourage everybody should be taking advantage of this for the 2-year period. $25, you can pay in the closing. We'll help you lock the people in, and then you don't have to worry about, oh, I didn't mail anybody anything over the last year. It's gonna be done for you, 6 magazines each year and 2 seasonal mailings. Then all you gotta do is pick up the phone and call them every now and then. Isn't that great?
You said $25 a closing?
Yes, $25 per person, and it basically covers 2 years for you of communicating with your clients, just like what Jeff's talking about.
Is that personalized to the agent? Is it personalized to the?
Yes, has your name, and we'll have, they're gonna be solution to having a photo on the front of the magazines, but provide 6 magazines with your information on the front of it, and then the 2 seasonal postcards as well. So it's the cheapest way, and I'll tell you, the biggest thing that people say, after a year of living in their home, they can't remember how to contact the agent that sold them the home. So what happens is we all think, I'm gonna follow up with those people, and you go back and look over last year, and you go, I didn't follow up with the people unless they were my mother, right? So hopefully you would do that if you sold your home to mother.
Yeah, I mean, I had somebody come back to me in 11 months. They're gonna buy a new house again already. So I mean, by staying in front of them, I'm getting my emails. They had my contact information. They reached out to me. So, I mean, I always look at it as each closing, you wanna try to get 2 or 3 referrals out of them. So that is your lead source right there, is the people you close. If you take good care of them, they're gonna come back.
By
to
the way,
you.
I got the stack over here. We passed them out the last sales meeting. If you haven't had this, come pick one up. You definitely need to read up on it, know that the option is there for you to take advantage of. And like I said, the last time we talked about it, if you're on a 70-30 split or 80-20 split, we will contribute, it'll be taken off the top on your closing stuff. So we will contribute, participate in it. That's how important it is. So I believe I'm putting my own money on the line. I take advantage of it if I were you.
I mean, just dare to be different. I know some people do housewarming parties for their clients. I mean, if it's a big enough deal, a good enough client, then you may want to think about doing stuff like that. One of my friends out in California said he tried this, and he does edible arrangements. He'll send them to their work, so that when they're sitting there at their desk, there's this big thing of food or crackers or cookies or whatever, and as people are coming up saying, hey, where'd you get that? Oh, my agent got it for me. Or, hey, my loan officer got it for me. So your name is, it's right on the tip of their tongues while they're eating the food. So I just thought it's a good idea. It's not a lot of money, and you can get something delivered to their work. The key is to their work. So, and then the last thing I had was something called the strip line. I went to a training class for the mortgage business about 5 years ago, and some of us in this room, how many have worked internet leads like Zillow or any type of online lead service? Have you ever written people and, 2 or 3 times on an email or called them, left them voicemails, and they never call you back?
Right.
If you're competitive like me, it's frustrating, right? You're like taking your professional time and write them a nice email and they never write you back. Well, this guy, Barry Habib, had this thing called the strip line that, he said, I guarantee you'll get about 75% return rate when you email this out. And sure enough, I mean, people that were just blowing me off were writing me back immediately. Even if they didn't go with me, they at least wrote me back and gave me a response to say, hey, I am still interested or I'm not. But the strip line goes a little bit like this. And I'll email it to you guys on Global if you ever want to try it. I just thought the way it's worded, it's 3 sentences, it's very simple, and it gets their attention. I put important in the subject line, and I'll email this to you guys. But it says like this: Terry, I've left several messages for you, and I still have not heard back from you. If interest has cooled, I completely understand, and it sure won't hurt my feelings. Just let me know either way so I'll know how to proceed. All the best, Jeff. Simple, professional, gets their attention, and 75% of the time I'll get a response. And whether or not they want to go with me or not, they'll say, hey, I'm looking somewhere else. I'm not going to buy anymore, but it works. So I'll email it. If you want to use it, use it.
Helps you clean up your database of people that you're following up with.
Yeah.
All right, so thank you very much. Real quick, I want to go over this. I passed this around to you guys. I want y'all to think about this. I see a lot of, you go online and you can see. Y'all listen real quick. You can go online and you can see agents taking their own photos. Maybe you're one of those agents taking your own photos. Think, I can take a good enough picture, and what are you really doing to your image, to the public that's looking online? I glanced over this report real quickly, and I believe this: if you're in the business and you're online, which every one of you are, why would you not invest $100 to have the best shots of that home? Because not only are you looking at future potential buyers respecting or not respecting your brand, you're looking at future sellers that may be out investigating who does the best job in marketing the property. And what's the only perception those people have? How your photos look compared to others. And a lot of you, if you're taking your own pictures, I'm going to ask you to stop. take control of your business. This is your brand. These are the 3 takeaways that I took from the article. 1, 2011 had 34% of buyers use the internet first in their home search. In 2014, that number had moved to 43%. And in the article, it says it is going to keep adding. It is not going to flatline. It is only become more and more and more where people go to the internet first to start their search. If your pictures are your own, you ain't doing it the right way, period. Take control. Invest in your business by practicing best practices via online measures. You will find you'll pick up buyers that are more interested in your properties. You'll also find listings that are going to list in the next 3 to 6 months that will take interest in you because of the marketing that you do. And the only thing they'll know is the online photos that you present out there, period. I mean, just think about that. I don't care what camera you have. I don't care if you took a college course and you feel like you know what you're doing. You're not a professional photographer that focuses on photographing residential real estate. Does anybody in here, does their card say that anywhere that they're a professional photographer? If it's not on your card, then don't worry about trying to be that. Because what makes it, if I were coming into your home and talking about listing, knowing that probably 50% of the agents out there are trying to save that money and not pay it, if I go in and I'm listing your home and I say, you know what, I never try to take my own photos. That's the most important thing online. I hire a photographer, they're part of my team, they know how to take the pictures. I'm gonna let the professional do what they do because my job is to sell your home. Another person comes in and they go, I'm gonna take my own photos because I'm a very good photographer. Who looks better to you? So I just want you to think about that. You trying to save $100 might cost you $10,000. Doesn't make sense. So if your card does not, and by the way, if you're a professional photographer that got your real estate license, then do it on both sides. I'm a professional photographer and I'm this person on my team, and I'm a professional salesperson, I'm this person on my team. But if that's not you, you don't pay the $100 and get your picture taken. In 2014, 83% of buyers and sellers rated online photos as the most useful website features. Don't ruin future opportunities by being cheap and looking cheap. And then the last one is build your brand with each listing's picture. That one kind of struck me. The only perception of what people are going to have of you online is what your photos look like of your listings. Interesting. By the way, I also want to point this out. And we're going to finish the meeting. I believe, Alex, do you guys have a luncheon today?
Yep. Luncheon.
I didn't say anything about so let's talk about that. I tell you what, that guy in the back room has been quiet this sales meeting. I kind of give it to you, Alex. You must have had tape over your mouth.
Very busy.
Keeping him silent. Amazing. Okay,
Games are fun on the phone.
now what was I saying?
Build your brand, these pictures. Build your brand, these listing pictures.
Oh, so have your bio on the top 4 sites. What are the top 4 sites you guys need to focus on? Number 1, Century 21. Making sure you got your bio right on Century 21. Brad sent me a link last night to his website that he has built, and I went on there and checked it out. It was actually pretty damn good. I was impressed. Great job. He had the free app right up top. Said, "Click here for my free app." I went and clicked it. What do you think it took me to?
A free app.
It's free, yeah.
Well, it's free app. But it was the mobile home search thing. Said, "Hey, you can go search it." And hey, it looked great. It was a nice professional look. He sold the value of the company behind him. He did a great job with it. So thank you for sending me that. But yesterday, Sunday, I got an email from somebody that's owned their own company. They've been doing on-site stuff for their husband's building company. And they said, you know what, I think I might be waving the white flag here. We might need some help. So she reached out to me and we've communicated and we were talking on the phone last night. And she goes, I want to let you know what I did and why we selected you to talk to first. We're not the only company that they're going to talk to. But she said, here's what I did. She said, 1, I watched your company grow over the years. I used to live in Aberdeen down the street from you. She said, but we went and checked out online and I read your bio. And the thing that really kind of drew us closer to you was the fact that you're an Atlanta native and so are me and my husband. Now, I've been telling you guys for a long time here, put some personal connection points in there because it's not always about production that people are looking for. It's not always about real estate success. They're looking for that humanistic side that they can reach out and connect with and go, hey, I want to like the person that I'm going to be working with, whether I'm buying or selling property. And that was a big point to her. So I don't think, if I'd gone out there and just blasted out the success we've had as a company, I don't think that she would have felt compelled to reach out because that was her big thing. And I was like, isn't that interesting? So I'm gonna challenge you guys. You need to rewrite your thing. You need to put new photos out there of yourself. If a photo has not been taken in the last couple of years, I recommend that you take another one. Red Harmon says to get rid of the 1040 photos. You know what those are? 10 years ago, 40 pounds ago. All right. So don't have a 1040 photo up there. And own your slice of the online stuff. It's only become more and more and more important for your business. So we'll see what happens. I'll update you guys after we meet with them and see if they're going to come on board with us. But it was interesting. I thought, wow, that's very, very telling right there. Alex, why don't you tell us what you got going on today with your luncheon?
Oh, we've got smoked turkey off a big green egg at the first house, and nothing but cupcakes at the second house.
What?
They're both, nothing but cupcakes from the Nothing But Cake store. Across the street. They're both in Creekstone, they're both $8.99.
I thought you said nothing but hump cakes. I was going,
That works too, if it'll get you there.
so, go check. We've got the flyers. Yes, you got flyers out here, Alex?
They're here. They're purple. Very nice.
We sent out an email. They'll have directions. If you go, oh, by the way, we do have 2 more things to give away. Where's Vanica? What do we got? I'm gonna give away. Do we have any other cards? You know, this was my mistake, and I'm gonna pay for it, right? I'm gonna give away a pin. One of these pins here. I'm gonna give away. We're gonna draw these, one from each thing from the luncheons last month and from the sales meeting. So I'm gonna give away 2 monthly. I'm gonna give away a month. By the way, Madonna, you got anything you want to say about Meals by Grace?
Yes, sir. I've been involved for the past several years with an organization called Meals by Grace. They work with the counselors in our schools in Forsyth County only. And they identify the families that are either homeless, living in their cars, or whatever they're doing. And there are people in Forsyth County living in their cars, so lots of them. They prepare on Sundays at Midway Methodist Church. You wouldn't believe it. Terry went Sunday. They have like 150 to 200 people, different people every Sunday that go after church. You don't have to go to church, but go to your own church. You don't have to go to that church. And
you want me to finish it for you, Madonna?
They prepare fresh food for these people, and also they have canned food that they get from the food pantry, Atlanta Food Pantry. And on Tuesdays, they make those meals and deliver them to these people who usually don't have cars. They first were having them come pick them up, and people weren't coming to pick them up. And they kind of got mad and said, we're trying to get these people stuff. They can't even come. We found out they don't have cars. Or else, whoever did, if they do have one car, they're at work. The other person's at work. They couldn't come pick the stuff. So we deliver those foods to people. And if you ever deliver to one, you'll start. Sorry, I'll cry. It's just pitiful.
I'll finish for you. So the bottom line is, if you want to participate with it, it's a great thing. My stepkids have been going to it with one of our neighbors and stuff, and then I went this weekend. I'm like, wow. That's why I put the email out. So if you can, this week they're really trying to get blankets and socks and stuff because to keep people warm. If you can, it doesn't have to be a new blanket. Just don't give it trashy one. Obviously, wash it before you bring it in. But let's bring. Can we not everybody at least bring one blanket? Yes.
But also, I'm working with them to get a list of things we're buying these kids Christmas. And we're not going to do individual kids this year with lists. We're asking everybody to bring stuff for a middle school or a high school girl or a boy. Like enough for their whole Christmas, not like something that's on sale at TJ Maxx. Something nice that these parents can come to the store, to the food pantry, and pick stuff out for their kids that they can't ever do. So it's a boy or girl, middle school, high school, a game, a music, a gift card, anything that you can do.
Okay, I'm gonna help with this, but you have to tell me specific, I don't know what middle kids.
All right, I will send out a list of
specifics, I'll go buy it, and you tell me.
Okay.
Probably everybody else in here needs specifics too. We don't know, he's damn sure doesn't know what to buy.
We don't
That would be a big hit.
High school, come on.
Okay,
I love it.
Donna, you won the first month of, that was from the luncheons. You won, 1 month,
Wow.
and from the sales meeting. Second time in a row, not second time in a row, but Diane. Last week I came in here, there was an ABR class going on, there was about 25 people in the room. I'm gonna keep pushing this forward and having y'all keep thinking about this, because we're gonna get better at this Facebook and social media application, make you stand out in front of your friends, but be friends, and let us help push the message out. So last week I came in, there was 25 people in this room. I said, I'm gonna have a $100 drawing for people that share the video that we put out. We put out the interest rate video last week. With a concerted effort, we went from about 1,200 contacts and stuff. Last week we hit 5,800 sources by working together. And this is where we're gonna start to see if we can all start working together and do better, and we provide good content once a week for you guys to go just share. My whole thing is, don't flood it with real estate stuff, but if you share something from the company once a week and we give you something market related, market driven, how much better we all gonna be as a process. And they'll be generic. They're not gonna say contact us, and just gonna say, hey, at the end of it, I'll say, if you know a results agent, reach out to them and contact them. Now they'll have information on this subject, okay? So whenever you see something out, I'll put an email out, but go like us and then share us. And so I'm gonna simplify this too. One, you should like whatever we put out there, and then turn and share it to your friends. Simple. So don't do one or the other, do both, and that will help us reach a lot of different things. Last week's winner, it happens to be her birthday.
Yes.
Heather Bunker. And since it is her birthday, should we not sing happy birthday?
Yes.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Heather. Happy birthday to you. And I went to Karen yesterday, she said, I want my $100, and I said, you gotta come to the meeting to get it. So, what she did, she came in the final 10 minutes, but
I, in all, in my defense, I have people staying in my floors, and I had to make sure the stain color's right in front of them.
we're just glad you're here.
Thank you.
Thank you for taking my money, I appreciate it. Okay. One more thing. Lisa TJ.
This is the food drive that our church is doing, and if you guys can just take a look at the list, if you've got anything in your cupboard, if you want to go to Walmart or Publix or whatever, just bring it in here. I'll have a basket up front. They're collecting this weekend, but you can go all the way up to, and I will deliver it to the food pantry at St. Brendan's. So if y'all could, do that, that would be really appreciated. There's
So two simple questions. Can you bring blankets? And can you bring canned goods?
Yes.
And if we did good for both those services, that's not doing good, that is doing great. And I anticipate we're gonna do great during this holiday season. And I give homage to you because you're out there giving in your area too. So if you are participating in anything, bring it in here. Let's see how we can all help together and make a lot of change happen for people over this holiday period that need it. Okay?
Is there a deadline for blankets?
Yeah, they want them by Sunday, so bring them in this week. You can leave them in my office. Swat brought one in yesterday and throw them in the car. You can go pile them up in my office. I do not care. So we'll get them over there too. So y'all go support the Henniger team over there. Is anybody else having lunch in today?
Peachtree Corners.
Peachtree
Our
Corners.
Brace. Family member of Brace. So.
Family member of Race. Don't hold that against Kimberly. Y'all know Race.
But cupcakes.
Crab cakes.
Yeah.
Chicken.
Paper.
Wow.
Dessert.
Well, you can either go buy the Hennigers on the way down to Peachtree Corners, or you can hit Hennigers on the way down. But you two remember this. If you don't bring the cards in that are left for you at the luncheons, then they don't get entered. And this next year, or this next week, or this next month, we're gonna be telling the names of the people that brought in the cards. So make sure, because people are gonna wanna know that they got an opportunity to win stuff. Y'all have a great day. I'm gonna be running all around town, but if you need me, give me a call or text me, and I'll help you out.
How's your shoulder today? Still not I am, yeah, but even actually been 6:30, because I walked her 8:30. So how you? That's good. Susan's like, I don't think I've ever seen you. Well, you know, it was fun. I just need to. Yeah, it's been about a month. Well, yeah, I was out it feels good to just be out and so yeah, my ideal would be 8:30, which is what I try for every day.
I think people are just trying to wait it out.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh my gosh.
It's here, so you have to do. There you go. Thank you.
I know, I might run that way.
So I was just thinking, yeah, you got it.
That's what.
Yeah, because I had already told her she was for that Richard
Okay,
thing.
you're gonna,
This is the one I didn't get.
I'll share.
On that.
All right, thank you.
All right.